Fear this, fear that, fear the black cat in your path. 22-year-old human, fear the left teat. We fear that it may have been tampered with or left out too long. Don't leave milk out too long, or put chicken out on the counter, or drink out of containers where the seal has been broken. Fear this, fear that, fear the black cat in your path. Fear cats who climb ladders, or is it walk under ladders? Fear both of them. Fear getting chicken pox after the age of 6. Fear any form of the apocalypse. Fear a nuclear blast without having a fallout shelter. Fear no future albums from Fall Out Boy. Fear this, fear that, fear the black cat in your path. Fear new math. Fear your kids are not keeping up with the Russians. Fear the Russians in general. Potentially and probably keep a constant healthy fear of every country. Fear this, fear that, fear the black cat in your path. Fear sickness and SARS. Fear people putting sharp objects in candy bars. Fear terrorists, communists, meteorologists, especially any of the above who use green screen. And fear green dyes, red dye, yellow dye, and blue skies. Fear that your junk might be too small. Fear that you may have too much junk in the trunk. Fear impotence or erections that last longer than 4 hours. Fear being in the hot tub too long, warm, cool, cold, and slipping in showers. Fear this, fear that. Fear the black cat in your path. Fear sitting, because sitting is the new smoking but doesn't look as cool in movies or on street corners, so don't sit, smoke, or be on street corners. Period. Fear getting your period. Too early, too late. Just fear the period. Fear gluten, carbs, SARS. Did we mention SARS already? It's coming back, and this time it's pissed. So you better fear it. And fear not getting enough exercise. Also fear getting too much exercise and getting enough sleep, but not too much of it. Fear all politicians, people of the opposite sex, and dogs not on leashes. They're all coming for you. They all want what you have, will take it from you, and possibly bite you, and they don't have updated shots. Fear getting shots. Fear not getting shots. Fear this, fear that. Fear the black cat in your path. Fear the environment, government, and global warming, maybe cooling. We're not sure about cooling yet, but trust us, we'll get back to you on that one. Fear what people think of you. Fear people don't think of you enough. Fear the Facebook feedback. Fear it's been too long since someone texted you back. Fear losing all your personal information and being hacked. Fear bologna, macaroni, Funyuns, and all your favorite snacks. Fear this, fear that. Fear the black cat in your path. Make sure you drink enough water, but nothing from a plastic water bottle, faucet, fountain, stream, drainage ditch, or from strangers. Never talk to or take anything from strangers, but make sure you introduce yourself to, hold doors for, take hugs on request, talk to, and make the ask of everyone, especially strangers. Fear ninjas, pirates, and if you're my daughter, fear how long it's going to take for new music from 21 Pilots. Fear this, fear that. Fear the black cat in your path. Fear all symptoms and fear it's been too long since you've had any. Don't put plastic in your mouth, over your head, or inside any opening. Don't run with scissors. Don't tease your younger brothers and sisters or place anything smaller than an elbow inside your ear. Can I add one? And don't trust anyone who claims to be able to stick their elbow in their ear. Fear not fitting in with your family. Also fear becoming your mom or dad. Fear this, fear that. Fear the black cat in your path. I've been told I sound slightly sarcastic sometimes in my refusal to indulge in all the fear. And at times I come across maybe like I don't care about these things that are happening, and they're endless pages and pages of proof. Don't you care about what's happening in the world around you, Travis? No, I care too much about the world around me, the world inside me, and about the world coming centuries after me. I care too much to allow these memes and machines trying to push polluted air against my sails like they will take me anywhere other than numbed and into an armchair of not even playing it safe but too afraid to even play at all. Fear's kind of funny because keeping us afraid is not necessarily its goal. Fear would like us just to gather information on its behalf, then spend time convincing others to be afraid of it. I understand if you get afraid, I get afraid too. A lot. I'm afraid of all sorts of things. Some of them that I just keep between me and God. But I'm afraid of riding in elevators, riding on planes, afraid of heights. Speaking in public freaks me out. I'm afraid my daughter would ever think she needs to be, do, or accomplish anything for my love. I'm afraid, like most of us, she doesn't embrace her total awesomeness. I'm afraid the hustlers of fear rob and steal undeserved days, minutes, moments, hours, years from all of us. I'm afraid my German Shepherd Rooster loves that damn frisbee of his more than me. Actually, I know that he does. I'm afraid fear keeps us so busy its only motive is really not to keep us safe, but to keep our attention away from our potential and distracted from the great assignments like caring for orphans, widows, and the least of these. I'm afraid that when I end these poems and videos and say I love you, it sounds like a sign-off soundbite and not the medicine that I intended it to be for both of our hearts. I understand you get afraid. I get afraid too. A lot. But here's what I was taught. Lesson 1. There are only two kinds of fears. The fear of losing something you have and the fear of not getting something you want. Lesson 2. Perfect love casts out all fear. 3. When I realize I'm afraid, immediately pray and say something like, God, please remove my fear and direct my attention to what you would have me be or do. 4. Whenever possible, grab fear like the hand of a small child and take it directly to whatever it is telling us not to do and proceed to do it. 5. Reintroduce your fears to a new version of you as often as possible because, honestly, it has no idea who you are. 6. If you wait for facing fear to feel right, you'll never face fear because facing fear never feels right. 8. Fears are a lot like vampires except not as sexy. They only burn up when I drag them out into the light. Fear gains its momentum when I keep it a secret inside my mind. When fear tells me I shouldn't tell someone something, that's 100% sign that I should tell someone something. 9. Don't be afraid that there was no number 7. 10. Pretending not to be afraid makes for a great movie character, but pretending does nothing for anyone on this journey. 11. Next time you see a black cat, pull your car over immediately. Invite the cat into your car. Drive it to somewhere, its favorite restaurant. Probably someplace like Valentino's Italian Buffet or maybe even the Olive Garden. Order the black cat endless breadsticks and a side of that really creamy fettuccine sauce. Pick up the tab. Here's one thing fear hates. Fear hates love. Fear hates laughter. Fear hates people who sit with black cats and enjoy endless breadsticks with fettuccine Alfredo sauce. Remember that. 12. Hustle hope, healing, love, and laughter more than you hustle fear. Tastes a lot better.